I thought of it, but it puts me off when I'm trying to talk about things because I feel, well, just read it and I'll shut up and go away. So I'm afraid I didn't bring a PowerPoint presentation. I'm also going to be very short and I'm going to have lots of facts and figures. Is that right?
It's fine, it's good.
Okay. And I think that half of my speech has been stolen by the speakers before. I feel as if they've been telling you go to the community press. I represent the community press. And there's some wonderful things that they've been saying about how to communicate, and also in terms of the experience that I've had working in the community press. A lot of what has been said here, I have experienced it. So we will talk about that a little bit, but it will be a much, I'm going to start off by just saying that, okay, my name's Louise Vale, and I work with the Association of Independent Publishers. Now, it's very important to define what we mean by independent. People talk about the community press quite freely, and they also talk, and in that term, they often include Caxton, Media 24, the independent newspapers, and all those. Those are not independent papers, those are not community press. They are owned by the Big Five or the Big Four, and they are part of the mainstream media. It has been agreed that they won't be called community press any longer. They're called local press, because they're just local versions of the mainstream media. Independent grassroots publishers, which is what is the association that I work for, are people who live in a community, own the paper, have their kids working and going to school in that community, all their money gets spent in that community. They're independent completely from the mainstream media houses. Okay, so it's important to remember that, and not to mix up the Northcliffe and Melville Times with an independent or with a community newspaper. That is a local newspaper owned by Caxton, one of the Big Four. Okay? And so this is a very different kind of breed of animal that I am talking about. Okay? I'm going to give you a national picture. Much of what I say nationally is true about Gauteng, but I will also talk specifically about Gauteng. At the moment, there are about 250 independent publishers in the country, right across the country, which is a big number. It's quite a big number and unexpected. Okay, 13 of those are from the Southern African region, so they come from Botswana, Lesotho, Swaziland, Namibia, and they are also members of the Association of Independent Publishers. Some of our papers are 30 people strong and have 3 floors of buildings. Some are one-person or one-woman operations, okay? Operating in a shack or in a converted garage. I've been into school classrooms, you name it, I've been there. Some of them have their offices in their cars. Taxi Talk is one in the Eastern Cape. It's a good name for a gentleman who runs his newspaper from his car. But so they vary in strength. They also vary in age. The one that I used to work for, that Themba and Moses will know what Moses is. Sam will know from the Rhodes University, was Groscott Smale, and that is 140 years old. But you've had a massive growth of papers since 2006. Quite a lot of big papers have grown, and particularly in the rural areas. And some of them are surviving, some of them are not. Okay, but it's very difficult, given that since 2006 there's also been an economic downturn. And these people, I think, are a little bit mad, but they're also very brave, because they're out there with a passion, and they are trying to make the voices of the people that they live with, in Toyando, in Josini, in Kopenhagen, in Hammanskraal, in Katlehong, they want those voices to be heard. So in many ways, we're talking about the media diversity of the country. Okay? Although if you want to talk about media diversity, we should have 3,000 of these papers, not just 245. So how do we grow them? Okay, so they're not just newspapers. The majority are newspapers. But we've got 2 online news agencies, and we have some magazines like South Africa, India, and a few online newsletters, mainly on finance and things like that. So there is a variety, but it's mainly newspapers, okay? And as I said, it's a highly volatile sector. As I said, since 2006, there's been a growth. But papers open and close, sometimes for reasons that have got nothing to do with economics. For example, 2 of the papers that have closed, it was because of the death of the publisher. Now, if you're a one-person operation, it means that you're quite vulnerable in many ways, okay? All right, geographically, where are they? They're primarily in rural and disadvantaged areas. I've named some of them. I mean, there's a paper called Skawara News sitting in Offenbaba. There is no other paper there. Not a national, not a provincial, nothing. But just this paper called Skawara News. And it's an amazing paper, okay? Then you've got Goho News in Toyando. Well, I've named a lot of them. Josini, you've got Grahamstown, you've got Springbok, Kuruman, everywhere. Okay, they're in the strangest places. And they're often where they, as I said, no other papers go. All right, so that's the kind of definition of a geographical community. We've got 3 kinds of definitions of community. One is the geographical one, which is the one that we understand most easily, like Hammanskraal or Katlehong or Boyo Soweto, which is in Soweto. All right. But there are also different other kinds of communities, and one of them is a community of interest. Okay, so that would be Muslim Views, which is a national magazine, a newspaper, but it's aimed at Muslim people, like the Jewish Report, which you might have seen here, which is aimed at Jewish people. So, or like the South African Fruit Growers Journal. Okay, those are very specific communities of interest. We've also got the Methodist Church magazine, so you can see there's a whole variety there. And then we have communities of language. About 97 of these papers publish in indigenous languages. Okay, there's Tshivenda papers, there's the Pedi papers, the Tsonga papers, you name it. They might print only in Tswana or only in Sotho, but often they print in a combination of languages. And that's where your immunization campaign is. Go to the paper for details. And in the paper it says, from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, bring these kids with their health cards and this campaign and that campaign. Can you imagine what a difference that would make to the take-up of immunization? And that's the way I'm talking again about the combined platforms. There's a whole lot of ways to combine platforms. And particularly with print. Print is something that people keep and refer to. It's very good to go the TV way, the radio way, the SMS way, but people want to go back and check up on the information. Okay, what time did they say? Which hall was it? Oh, okay, it's Nani, it's not Tanki Hall. So let's go there, and they can check on it. And the same thing is about your pamphlets and your inserts. Those are the places to put them into these newspapers. And so that way you will disseminate your information. So the one big plus is it's a good place, I believe, for you to, I think the value is for you to disseminate your information through those. Now, we can't guarantee editorial. Okay, the easiest way to guarantee access to those papers is, of course, advertising. But you must remember, advertising in those papers is going to cost you, I don't know, 1/10 of the price of advertising in one of the mainstream papers. Okay, it's really it'd be much cheaper. So the editorial is obviously guaranteed, but I think that there's a whole ways that editorial can be encouraged in terms of this discussion that we've had about communicating with the journalists. I mean, somebody talked about the Department of Home Affairs, that stole my thunder. I got my passport in 7 days. I went to CBD, Harrison Street, Home Affairs, I got my passport in 7 days. I said to Moses is the board member, is on our board of the Association of Independent Publishers. He owns the Inner City Gazette. I said, you've got to do a story. In the old days, you used to wait 6 months, and then when you asked what had happened to your application, you said, told it was lost. 7 days, that's all it took me to get my passport. It's a major source of celebration in this country. It's incredible how that Department of Home Affairs has turned around. And what we've been talking about in Gauteng is that the papers should send something to each of the places, Roodepoort, Randpoort, or whatever, and see whether all the departments are, all the particular offices are like that. I'd also like to know about Grahamstown, of course, and Cape Town. But it is a stunning thing. And that's the way I believe that you guys can work with the local papers to celebrate the stories of success. And it is a perfect story that no one has picked up. I think the opinion pieces is a perfect way of going. And the simple and straightforward discussions and the simple and straightforward information, you don't need to impress, you need to communicate. It's not about you, it's about the information that you're passing on. And that's the way to get over the fear of being in the public eye, I think. It's just to concentrate on what you're communicating. Again, when I was at Grocot's Mail, we used to find it very difficult to get any information from anybody in the municipality. Papers, we've got fortnightly papers and we've got monthly papers. So if I just take the weekly papers, that's 282,000 a week, multiply that cautiously by 3, not 27. We have 27 more. Okay, cautiously by 3. That's over 600,000 people in the nation. Okay, per week. Now you do that 4 times, you can do that 4 times a month. If I look at the monthly the fortnightly papers, add another 170,000, and if I look at the monthly papers, add another 500,000. We're looking at 2 million papers a month going out in Gauteng. Okay, multiply that readership and you've got 6 million. It's not an audience that you can afford to ignore. Thank you.